If you want a clear read on where Ferrari design is right now, don't look at a series car. Look at a one-off, built for one client, but meant to say something bigger. This is the Ferrari SC40, a special projects commission that takes the 296 GTB as its mechanical base and rewrites the body and materials around a single idea. Reference the F40 without impersonating it. Walk around it and the intent is calm but clear. The proportions are classical. Long, low nose, compact tail, a fixed rear wing that rises cleanly out of the engine cover instead of perching on stilts. The rear is open, mesh, ducts, diffuser, so the mechanical truth stays visible. It's not cosplay. It's structural honesty. The front does fewer things, bigger. Headlights sit outboard in dark housings and sweep down into a full-width lower intake. Rectangular frames punch out the brake cooling apertures. The result is assertive without fuss. Large masses, minimal lines. From the side, the car stops being retro altogether. The intercooler intakes hint at NACA forms, but Ferrari interrupts them with a bold triangular carbon insert. A graphic, modern move. Notice the quiet discipline of vertical cuts. Door edge, wing edge, engine cover, like a hidden grid that holds the surfacing in tune. That's today's Ferrari language showing through. Controlled volumes, light doing the decoration. At the rear, smoked louvres draw the eye to the engine bay and repeat as smaller vents on the haunches. Low and central, the additive manufactured exhaust with titanium/carbon tips anchors the composition. Tiny light elements keep the tail uncluttered. The volume reads as aero, not ornament. Inside, Ferrari plays the tribute card in material, not mimicry. The F40's green-tinted carbon kevlar idea is reinterpreted across the footwells, behind seat panels, parts of the mats, and into the engine bay and luggage area, tying cabin and chassis into one story. Upholstery mixes charcoal Alcantara with a red technical weave. Logos are woven rather than shouted. It feels purposeful, not plush. The powertrain is the 296 GTBs. And that's the point. A 120-degree twin-turbo V6 paired with an E-motor for a combined approximately 830 CV, approximately 818 brake horsepower, and 740 Newton-meters through an 8-speed DCT. On paper, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.9 seconds, 330 plus kilometers per hour. On the road, the chassis logic, e-diff, brake-by-brain, the 6-way sensor set, is already sorted. The SC40 doesn't need to prove speed. It inherits it. But one-offs are really about process. Special Projects begins with a client brief, moves through proportion studies, design drawings, a full-size buck, and 2 years of reviews. The aim: coach-built freedom with series production discipline. Same engineering standards, different canvas. Even the styling buck becomes part of the public record. Shown in the museum, Ferrari treating design iteration as a thing worth exhibiting. So what's worth critiquing? First, restraint. Many homages paint history on top. The SC40 builds history into the structure. The wing is a continuation, not an accessory. The open tail is ventilation first, nostalgia second. Where it nods to F40, it does so in typology, fixed wing, open rear, and material tone rather than bolt-on theater. Second, the hybrid paradox. The F40 was raw, twin-turbo V8, no nets. The SC40 is the other pole. E-assist, DCT, layers of control. If you came for F40 driving chaos, you're in the wrong decade. But if you came to see how Ferrari translates attitude into today's tools, this makes sense. The homage is in the stance and the honesty of the volumes, not in trying to feel like 1987. Third, brand risk. Small, smart choices. Asymmetric SC40 script, negative cut Ferrari lettering, a specific white that sharpens surfaces, sound minor, but they test how far the badge can stretch without snapping back into retro. That tension is healthy. A brand that never argues with its own past becomes souvenir wear. Where does that leave the SC40? Between memory and prototype. It's the F40 idea. Angular, exposed, fast air architecture, rewritten with the 296's certainty and the present's materials. It's a car built to satisfy one client, yes, but also to ask a public question. Can Ferrari cite the past without being trapped by it? Here, the answer is measured and convincing. If you see it in person, stand at the tail first. Let the wing draw a vertical through the mass. Watch the air find exits through mesh and louvre. Then step to the side and look for those vertical bar lines that keep the music tight. That's where the car lives. Not in decal references, but in proportion, section, and the courage to edit. This was Retromotive. Stay with us. More premieres, features, and behind-the-scenes moments are on the way. See you soon and follow for more automotive rarities.